Let's keep this gravy train rolling, shall we? First of all, please, if you're new to the channel, please hit the like button and be sure to subscribe. And also hit the bell notification for future updates and all that fucking happy horse shit. Now, I wanted to come out here and make a statement. I'm making a statement, okay? Hey, number one. Canelo, I can't think of a fight, a bigger mismatch that has been more overhyped in the history of boxing. I mean, you'd have to go back to, and I'm not even calling, because Caleb Plant isn't no Jerry Cooney, but you'd have to go back to like Larry Holmes, Jerry Cooney to be talking about a fight that was built into something that it wasn't. And I'm going to use that as an example. Now, Jerry Cooney had just knocked out Ken Norton in one round, or a couple of rounds, whatever it was. Plant hasn't done shit. So let's distinguish that real fast. Jerry Cooney had knocked out an all-time great before he got in the ring with Larry Holmes. Caleb Plant did nothing. But I cannot think of a single solitary fight that has been overly hyped up in the history of boxing. The only thing that, like, other than, like, dummy shit that didn't have anything to do with boxing, but for a boxing match between two boxers, I can't think of a fight that's been more overhyped than this fight. I really can't, and undeservingly so. I mean, you fucking people are acting like this is Hagler Hearns, Hagler Leonard, Pacquiao Marquez, Barrera Morales, Floyd Manny, Pryor Arguello, some shit like that. And it's Ali Frazier, and it's not. Okay? Those were between two all-time greats. What you have in this fight is a drug-cheating piece of shit versus a okay trinket holder. Okay? All those all-time great fights I just mentioned, this doesn't belong in that category. And if you're going to argue that point with me, you, my friend, don't know shit about boxing. Is Caleb Plant an all-time great? Okay, no. Then why is this fight getting hyped up? Is Canelo an all-time great? In my opinion, he's not. Some people's he might be. But to have an epic fight of epic proportions, you need two all-time greats going at it. Or at least greats of their era. Fury and Wilder, for example. Lomachenko Teofimo comes to mind. Taylor Ramirez. Castaño, Usyk Joshua. This piece of shit, on the other hand, offers nothing. It's a fake pound-for-pound number one drug-cheating piece of shit versus a C+, B- level fighter with a trinket that's very inexperienced at the top level. That's just what it is, people. Don't get mad at me because I'm the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what time it is. But I applaud everybody. Do not waste your money on this worthless piece of shit. And if I'm so wrong, if Johnny Boy's so wrong, and this is a great fight, right? Then it shouldn't be a blowout. Then Caleb Plant should be able to give Canelo Alvarez the fight of his life. For the way you dudes are making this fight out to be, Caleb Plant should go in there and give Canelo as hard of a fight as Gennady Golovkin did, if not harder. For the way you dudes are building this fight up, I'm saying. Because if that isn't the case, if Caleb Plant doesn't give as good of an effort and put as much resistance up to Canelo Alvarez as Gennady Golovkin did twice, well, he beat him twice, but Golovkin beat him twice. But if Caleb Plant doesn't go in there and do that, put up that kind of a competitiveness against Canelo Alvarez, then it just proves my point that this was a fucking mismatch that you dudes were overblowing and blowing up to no end, man. So if I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, Johnny Boy will come out November the 7th, Sunday morning, and say, you know what, guys? I was wrong. This was a great fight. This was a great fight. Caleb Plant gave Canelo all he could handle or beat him. Right? If I'm wrong, Sunday morning, I will be, before football starts, I'll be coming out and spilling that shit to you. Now, if I'm right, and Canelo blows him out of the water, like I'm expecting him to, then it just proves my point that this was a fucking mismatch all along, like I've been telling you for the past 3 months. So that's what it is, people. If Johnny is wrong, then Caleb Plant will go in there and give Canelo Alvarez the type of fight Gennady Golovkin gave him twice. Or even Lara. Even Lara, we'll say. If I'm wrong, and Caleb, even if he loses, which he can't win because the scorecards are already filled out, but if I'm wrong, and this turns out to be some magical, I'm like Joey Pants on Matrix. If he's the one, then something's got to be able to stop me from pulling this plug. How can he be the one if he's dead? You understand? And right now, I'm going to prove it to you. So if Johnny's wrong, if I'm wrong, and this isn't a one-sided blowout, I will be the first fucking guy Sunday morning to come over here and eat shit. But if it is a one-sided blowout like I predict it will be, guess what, fellas, haters, girls and boys? Johnny was right the whole fucking time. Johnny was right the whole fucking time. And then that this fight has been overblown and made into something it's not. It's a mismatch. It's one of, if not the worst undisputed fight in boxing history. And Johnny will be dignified once again. So if I'm wrong, this fight should turn out to be a fight of the year contender. Caleb Plant should go in there and give Canelo Alvarez just as hard of a fight as Gennady Golovkin did. And this should be some epic fucking undisputed fight that we're all just not seeing. Right? And if that turns out to be the case, Johnny Boy will be the first one out here telling you how wrong he was and what a great fight it turned out to be and blah, blah, blah. But if I'm right, the show continues, people. And it proves nothing to be more than just a cherry pick for the freckled steroid cheat. Okay? So I want you to listen to this whole video. Play it back. If Johnny's wrong, Sunday morning, I'll be here. I will be here to say what a great fight it was, what a valiant effort Caleb Plant put in, and what a great fight. You know, just what a great undisputed fight it was. But guess what, guys? If it turns out to be a blowout and a mismatch, that crazy Italian kid from Waukegan, Illinois, was right all along. And you're just going to have to sit there and take it. Face in the pillow, ass up. Now, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, people. I will see you Saturday evening for the UFC fights, while the rest of you pussies are watching women's boxing on DAZN and paying $95 for this mismatch when you should be giving it to a fucking soup kitchen. Okay? That being said, salute, everybody. Let's see how wrong Johnny Boy really is.